Welcome back to another episode, everyone. Today is one of those days where you just embrace the suck. Luckily, we got a little break in the rain right now, but it's about to be downpouring. I drove through it on the way here. But doing what needs to be done just during your time off. I have today off. If I don't do it today, it's got to wait a whole nother week. Some of what I have to do today is trail camera maintenance. Some of what I have to do today is get prepared for future hunting. So if I put it off another week, that's just another week we can't hunt those blinds or stands. That's another week that I'm not getting pictures from two of my cameras. And you're losing a lot of information. So I'm going out today. I'm gonna get rained on for sure at some point. But regardless of the situation, it's just embracing the suck. It's cold, it's rainy, we got work to do, and we have a day off. Let's get after it. I had a camera over there. It got ripped off the tree. And I was like, that's weird. All right, let's get a cell link up there. That way it'll send a picture at least, right? Just not that long after that, it was like, it sent the notification, cable's been disconnected from cell link. That's not uncommon. Sometimes that'll happen. And then it'll still send the photos and you're like, oh, okay. Delving out this time, that cable. At first I was like, man, it looks like it's cut. Doesn't even look like it's bit off. But then on the ground right there, you can see the rest of the cable chewed to hell. Literal chewed up. So I have no idea what it is. This camera isn't great anyway, so I'm gonna go put a normal card in it, put it on video, and I'm gonna put it back out there, and we're gonna see what happens. But I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's raccoons or if it's a bear or what, but it's super weird that it was the same exact tree both times. I find that very odd. So either way, we're gonna go ahead and get this camera back out there and see what happens. All right, there we go. Just a normal old trail camera set to video with a strap. So the last camera that got ripped down, it was just a bungee. Makes sense. Someone pulled on it, snapped the bungee off, or it came unhooked and it was on the ground. Cell link cable makes sense. If someone was chewing on it, it chewed it up. But this is strapped on there as hard as it can be. If it gets pulled down this time, most likely a bear. The unfortunate part of it is I'm not gonna know. I'm gonna come out next week and hopefully it's still on the tree. And if not, if it's not still on the tree, hopefully it's nearby and we got the video footage of what's doing this. But first trail camera maintenance situation, check. Let's head on over to the other one. All right, we're 2 for 2 on cell links being chewed off. You know, I love these cell links because I have so many, trail cameras that I can just turn into cell cams. I have a link to these down below. I think they're greatest thing on the planet. Just follow the directions. If you follow the directions on these, they're the greatest thing ever made because they're $39 and they'll send you 100 photos for free every month if you don't want to pay. It's a great way to get into it, whatever, blah, 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 blah. These two had me questioning. I was like, damn it, man. 2 cable disconnects in a week? That's weird. I hear people complaining about that from time to time. Mine are finally doing it, oh no. And then I come out here and nope, just something got the cables on both of them. So 2 for 2, but that's fine. They're cheap. These cables are $9. I can get 2 of them, so they'll be here very quickly. The last time I ordered one of these, it literally took 1 day. I ordered it at 6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. and it was at my doorstep the next day. Obviously that's dependent on where you live, but in my case it was really fast. Either way, cell cam maintenance not going great. So I gotta find a home for this one real quick. Deer just crashed through there. I gotta find a home for this real quick, set it to video. I'll probably put it up on this fence line somewhere and just see, and then when these cables get here we'll turn them back into cell cams. But trail camera maintenance not going well today. We'll see how long that one lasts. All right, so here we are in the blind. Couple of things. We're gonna start our blind maintenance. Couple of things. It's very dry in here, so there's some leakage on the windows. That was expected. I brought some carpet tiles with me to test those out. I'm gonna set them down, see how I like the shape. Acorns are so loud when they're hitting this thing. And speaking of loud, I brought some spray foam for not only to test to see if it dampens the sound a little bit, but also if it dirties up the walls. We're in the woods, so even if there is, 20 mile an hour winds, it shouldn't be hitting this that heavily. However, I have been in some rifle season years where the blizzard and that cuts through these trees real well. So I'm going to do two things today. I'm going to foam. You guys can't see it, but there's some air gaps on each one of these corners. I'm going to foam those, seal those shut with some foam today. And then two, I'm going to foam some of these big, deep cuts in this panel. Some of what I noticed on why that moves is those deep cuts allow the side plastic to flex. So if I fill that, it can't flex. I don't think it's going to move as much. Now, I'm not very concerned with the side panels being extremely strong and not moving at all, but I'm just trying to, one, insulate it a little bit, two, dampen the sound a little bit, and three, as a byproduct of those things, if it stiffens it up, then we're doing good. But I don't want to use like soundproof panels because of all these deep grooves and cuts in here, because I just feel like that's bug and spider and rodent paradise behind those sound panels if I did that. So no matter what, I think I'm gonna have to foam all these gaps, and then if we need to put something over it, we will. But for now, I'm just going to do one panel in the corners, and then we'll come back in a week and we'll see how it's doing. If it stiffens it up, if it's, foamed properly, if the corners aren't holding, I'll have to figure something out. But I'm going to give the foam a week to sit and be in here, and we'll see what happens. But I'm going to get to spraying that. It's too dark in here. I probably won't even try to film any of it, but we're going to foam the one wall and the corners, and we'll see what happens. It's definitely not pretty, but that doesn't matter to us. We don't care if it's pretty. So I got that whole panel filled in. I got each gap in the top filled. So I'm going to grab the carpet tiles and we're going to see how they fit in here now. Should I be doing this part in the rain? No. Am I going to anyway? Yep. It's coming down real good now. Get this part over with. Electronics and water don't mix. Am I going to anyway? Yep. Let's find out what happens. It'll either be fine, or I'll be regretting it. We'll see. All right, and that's it. Now the rain is pouring. I accomplished 90% of what I wanted to today. The other 10%, not because I couldn't or because the rain's stopping me, but simply because I changed my mind. I need to, I gotta figure out how I want to hang the bows up in the new blind. Haven't decided yet, so we're probably gonna hunt that one first and just set our bows on the floor until we get in there and really have a good feel for it. But she's starting to pour now, so I'm gonna go get all these tools back in the truck and get out of here for the day. But hey, mission accomplished. I drove here in the pouring rain. It was downpouring, and then I accomplished all the trail camera stuff before it started raining, and then it started sprinkling. I finished the blinds foam spraying, and now she's downpouring, and we might as well just get out of here. I got everything else taken care of at the moment, so it's just a matter of hunting that blind once and seeing how we feel about it and calling it a day. But let's get after it. Let's get home.